Welcome the RFA 35 opponent Ricky Steele here to the program, getting ready to battle against L.J. Schultz. We had a little miscommunication. I thought it was U Schultz, the way they wrote the L and the J together. It made it look like a big U. A little confused. I was like, who the hell is U Schultz? So, Ricky's at the gym parking lot right now. Just got done training. I'm assuming you're still training with Scott Jorgensen, correct?
Yes, sir.
How's that going?
Oh, awesome.
It's always been great influence to have Scotty around. He's fought the best of the best, and it's just one of the toughest guys I know, without a doubt.
So, how do you feel this fight's going to go between you and Schultz? It's you're 4-0, and had a pretty good run. Like you've beat up some pretty good guys coming through here, but Schultz doesn't really have the same amount of competition or close to the same record. Like, how do you feel about him as an opponent?
We always take tough fights. That's what I'm here to do, is test myself. Mr. Schultz, I know he fancies his jiu-jitsu. How I see the fight going, I run through scenarios in my head all day. If it ends up on the ground, we'll be ready for it. But, I'd really like to showcase my skills, my martial arts background, and give the people what they want to see. And that's a beautiful display of stand-up.
For the folks at home that don't know, Ricky's his nickname is the Karate Kid for a reason. For those of you that follow UFC, you know what Wonderboy Stephen Thompson looks like. Ricky pretty much is the same style, just at a lighter weight class, obviously, at 135. Same flexibility, same whipping kicks, same whipping punches, and went to train with Scotty Jorgensen, really realizing that wrestling is the one thing you got to have. You got to have if you want to be successful.
That's right.
That wrestling is the key, that key link that really dictates everything. So now that I'm 5 years now training with the best wrestlers and grapplers here in Idaho, so I'm really comfortable just setting in and letting my style take over.
Do you remember what it was like the first 6 months, 8 months trying to work on wrestling with these guys?
Absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't freaking move without getting put in a guillotine. It was my neck was sore for months. Yeah.
So what's it like now? I mean, obviously it's been 5 years. You're actually a much better grappler, obviously, over the 5 years, but you also know your partner's patterns and system as well. So how are practices now when you guys go after it?
Practices are great, man. I've come a long ways. This is my dream. This is what I do every single day. I train all facets of the sport. My main goal is just to be a better martial artist all day, a mixed martial artist. So, I'm no easy fight for anybody anymore. Like I said, I've come a long ways in the sport. So
you've had of your 4 wins, all 4 have been decisions, but they've been easy decisions for the most part. It wasn't really anything close to them. Unlike Wonderboy, who ends up getting knockouts, we compared you to earlier quite often. What do you feel like is the difference between your style of dominating decision victories versus Wonderboy's dominating knockout victory? Like, how come you're not getting the knockout as much as he does?
Yes, sir. It's just the experience. I feel more and more comfortable each and every time. They've been very decisive, unanimous decisions each time. I was real close to getting that finish last time, but just as Mr. Thompson himself said, you don't go for the knockout, you just let it happen. And, I just feel with more experience, they'll come. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm just doing me.
Yeah, we agree, actually, over here that you really need just a little bit more time, a little more experience in there. And you'll realize because there is a different pattern, there's a different rhythm to a cage fight versus a wrestling match versus a jiu-jitsu match. It's a whole different pattern. So you have to kind of figure out where that timing is. And once you get that timing down, I have a feeling you'll probably go on a 4 or 5 win streak of knocking guys out.
I sure hope so. That's the plan.
I think with Schultz, though, it's going to be kind of difficult to knock him out because I feel like once you hit him one time, he's going to immediately try to take you down. He's going to immediately try to make it a ground game because that's his best attribute. We all know this. Do you feel, when you're doing game planning for him, do you feel like that's going to be the same thing? Once you hit him hard, he's going to start coming in for shots?
Yes, sir. I absolutely, that's what I expect, without a doubt.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
I'm going to have my good friends Jesse Brock, Scott Tometz, and Scott Jorgensen.
Of course, the famous painted mohawk. All right, thanks so much for coming in, Ricky. I really appreciate it. Good luck in this fight. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you much, Mr. Trigg. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.